Hey, what's up? What's up? Onward and upward. I don't need your applause. Onward and upward. I don't need your applause. It's the God Opulent LDTV. So yeah, hopefully all my comrades are having a blessed morning. Definitely a lot warmer today. I'm in a great mood, and I'm just expecting the best of whatever today has to offer to me. So let's get into these topics. Knock them out real quick, and then I'm gone. If you're new here, smash the sub button and smash the like button on this video. I truly appreciate it. So yeah, the Miami Hurricanes lost to the Indiana Hoosiers last night in the National College Football game, the championship game last night. What's up, Tommy? How you doing, bro? So yeah, the Miami Hurricanes lost last night. And let me just say, I enjoyed the game. It was a great game last night. The commentators, man, were getting on my nerves. Just like in boxing, just like in the NBA, just like in any sport, it always feels best to mute the commentators because they are just so biased and you can just tell how they're trying to spin a narrative. And as far as I know, in my opinion, the commentators last night were wearing Indiana Hoosier jerseys. And it was getting on my nerves. But nevertheless, it was a great game. Mr. Finesse, what up, famo? What up? What's going on? Appreciate you sliding through. Did you watch the game last night? The Hurricanes versus Indiana? Yeah, that shit, But ultimately, y'all, Miami beat themselves last night. They beat themselves. They missed that field goal. And then they got that punt blocked. And it's pretty much a pick six in a sense. So, and it's also bittersweet because even though the Indiana quarterback, he didn't do too. I mean, he did his job last night. He did his job, but he's not really the real reason they won. But it's just bittersweet because Miami, they declined his walk on to be part of the squad. So it's definitely bittersweet. Oh, you saw the first half? Would you end up falling asleep, or you just said fuck it after that? Yeah, the first half, they got their ass whooped. Yeah, penalties, man. They were getting, man, the face mask, the offsides. I felt like the refs were in on it too. You know how it is. I feel like the refs was on it too, but whatever, man. I ain't gonna go too hard on them, but I enjoyed the game nevertheless. I enjoyed the game. It was entertaining. I was looking forward to going to that parade. I need these boys to win. I need another parade to attend. That's how I was feeling. But a lot of those guys be back next year, and also it's like, any of y'all been to Indiana? I don't know if any of y'all been to Indiana. I've been to Indiana, and it's boring as hell up there. So they need something exciting. I'm cool with seeing them get some excitement around there. So props to them. They deserve that dub. They deserve that. The state can feel great for a while and truly milk this championship win. Some boys, like I said, it's boring as hell up there. They don't got shit up there. It's snowy up there. I know they got lakes and shit up there, but the weather's not what's up. It's pretty much right. It's right next over there to the Minnesota, really, on the other side. So, shit. But yeah, I know today there's gonna be a lot of long faces today. At the gig and shit. A lot of people mad. Yesterday, a lot of people had on their hurricane gear, chanting and. But yeah, man. So that's all I really got on that game. I was looking forward to going to another parade. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get some dope ass content at this parade. People about to start wilding. Plus, I've never been to a college championship parade before. Of course, I was down here for the Miami Heat when they won both of their second and third titles. I was down there for that, and those parades were off the chain, dog. Those are the dope ass parades. Cats were wilding. I didn't think that. I didn't think I wasn't really ready for the level of wild that these cats be going. Like these cats were insane with it. And it was definitely an eye opener because up there in Minnesota, Vikings, we ain't never won no championship. And I hate to sound sexist, but I don't count the Lynx basketball. I don't count their championships. In all honesty, I don't. So it is what it is. He said my peoples were having parties everywhere. I knew it went wrong. It was gonna turn. Yeah, it was. It was. It seemed like it was just inevitable for them to lose. At the commentators, they had the penalties, and they beat themselves. Missed field goal. They pretty much, like I said, I call it a pick. I call it a pick six. They got their the punt blocked, and then they scored. So it's like, dang, it's all bad. It was just all bad for them. But there's next year. There's definitely next year. But next little tidbit is just, I'm gonna be here real short today. If you're new here, smash the like button. Again, smash the sub button. The next thing I heard a clip of Shakur, the boxer Shakur. And he said that he says he's better than Muhammad Ali and Terrence Crawford. And a lot of people may feel like it could be like, they got this new thing they call rage bait these days where people say anything just to get some sort of attention. And so a lot of people could chop this up as rage bait, him rage baiting. But I know a lot of people they love to hate Shakur. I love to critique him too, but my main reason is because he says a lot of shit on Twitter and he just don't do none of it. That's my only issue with him. And of course he lies and he's a hypocrite. But besides that, my main issue for giving Shakur shit is that he says something in Twitter and then he don't even do 1/3 of the shit that he says. So that's my thing with him. Fam, Mr. Finesse says, Shakur just a goofy. He be saying anything and nothing at the same time. That boy talking circles. So, but my opinion on that, just my take on what he said. Like I said, I know a lot of people mad as hell at him to even have the audacity to say that he's better than Muhammad Ali or even Crawford with what Crawford just pretty much accomplished. But just my simple opinion on this, I just feel like he's supposed to feel that way. He's supposed to feel that way. I'm honestly not mad at him feeling that way. being a champ and being a boxer, I just don't feel you're supposed to say anybody's better than you. It's a single person sport. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to feel you're the greatest. It's just what it is. That's just what it is, I feel. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Do I agree with them? Hell no, I don't agree with him. I feel like he's delusional, but it's okay to be delusional. I'm okay with that. Feel how you feel, Shakur. You're supposed to feel that way. I know niggas on the street that they ain't gonna. I know civilian niggas who they're not gonna say the next man will beat their ass. Something simple as that. And I get it though, because it's like it's a man code to never, even if the next man could beat their ass, they're not gonna just outright admit it. So I get it at the end of the day. He said Shakur needs to go into this fight feeling supremely confident. Talk that ish. Yeah, I'm cool, man. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah. I'm cool with boxers being arrogant and all that shit. I don't, this is a warrior sport. This is, niggas is dying in that ring. I don't need no humble. I don't care about a boxer being humble. And you know me, I don't really like the word humble. I just don't believe anybody should dumb themselves down for anybody. Especially a motherfucker who's in there going to war, throwing blows, beating each other up. I don't need that. But the thing about this is that Shakur is really gonna have to show it now. He's really gonna have to show it. And even with admitting that or saying that, he's gonna get critiqued even more. So he's gotta be ready for that as well. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely gotta be ready for that. Me, I'm rooting for Shakur, but now I'm starting to feel like T.O. might get him. I'm starting to feel like T.O. may win. And that fight is next week. Hey, bro, Mr. Finesse, what you doing for, if you still in here, what you doing for next week? What you doing? Talking is one thing, but just talking and never backing it up, give him no credibility to his words. And yes, I can't debate that at all. That's true. And what we've seen for him, we've seen, a lot more talking than him backing shit up. So even though I respect what he said, I'm leaning more to it. Like I said, I disagree with what he says, but it's just not believable. Like, does he really believe that? What he's saying? Does he really believe that? Me knowing his track record, I'm listening to him, I'm hearing, and I'm like, he don't really believe that. He just saying that shit because he's supposed to say that. But he could really feel that way. Hey, I ain't mad at it either way. I'm not mad at it. He said, I'm just saying, called it all year. What else, Steven? He said, New England Patriots winning the Super Bowl. Man, ain't nobody talking about no, man. I was talking about college ball. Ain't nobody talking about no damn. Steven, hit the sub button. Hit the like button on this video. This mofo coming here talking about New England Patriots. Ain't nobody give a damn about no New England Patriots. Just like nobody give a damn about no Knicks. Even that's a totally different sport. Nobody care about no Knicks. Dred says Shakur's gonna make T.O. look very regular. That's my original expectation, is for, definitely Shakur to make him look very. But man, I mean, I feel like T.O.'s been way more focused than I've ever seen him. I feel like he really got up for this fight. Hey man, if you at the crib, I'll slide through. He said, let's watch the fight. Where you gonna be? Yeah, I slide up there and watch the fight if you have a little something. This fight is in Vegas, ain't? No, it's in New York. Yeah, it's okay. The fight is in New York, so yeah. You know, I had to throw a slug. You know, I had to throw a slug at someone. Be happy I left out the Giants. I just had to, I just had to snub the Knicks. Nah, but yeah, man. Yeah, Shakur, he has a. This is a fight, and if he happens to wash Teal, I'm gonna give him full credit. I gotta give him credit. Just beating Teal. This is the thing. If Teal was more consistent in his fights, Shakur beating him, he would get just like the ultimate like nod. But since we've seen Teal be so inconsistent in his fights, it's like, we don't even know which type of Teal we gonna get. Because remember, Finesse, the fight that we was at, that shit was boring as shit. And low key, Teal really lost that fight, to be honest. The fight we was at, that fight we was at what is that, the Earl Knight Center? Low key, Teal lost that fight to me. So hopefully the Teal that shows up is he's his A game. Hopefully, for his sake at least. And also, it's one of those things where it's like Shakur. We understand that fighters can really punch, but the good thing about this, though, before I get to my point, the good thing is that Teal bruises easily. So if Shakur could just stay busier and pepper him up, he's gonna have him looking real bad. But my point was that Shakur, he's just not like a power puncher. He's not one of those guys who really just beats motherfuckers up. So that's the downfall. We won't see T.O. beat the fuck up. Yeah, T.O.'s inconsistent for sure, but this would be Shakur's best win. Oh, yes. Yes, it definitely will be his best win, but I just wish T.O. had more. Because at the end of the day, a lot of his fans, yeah, they're fans of him, but they're not really believers because of his inconsistency. So I just wish he had more of that star power behind him based off his, because it's definitely a 50-50, but if he was more consistent, I feel like it would be quote unquote 60-40 in a sense. Says Dre says T.O. gets up for big fights. He can really box when he's not over relying on athleticism. Yeah, he can. He definitely can. Over under 8 rounds before Shakur. Be sure Shakur breaks a hand. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh man. Well, it appears that Mayweather gave Shakur the game on how to keep his hands right. Because let's be honest, he was throwing some shit in as a pater. He was throwing some shit. But as he said though, he said he's not gonna be fighting the same. He's not gonna fight. He said he's not gonna fight nobody the same. He took too much punishment. He said they both have too many laws in a fight. Yeah, but I'm glad that fight is pretty much here. It's next week. This weekend we got Andy Cruz fighting. I got Andy fighting, but it's definitely a 50-50 fight. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all that slid through. I just figured I'd come live and talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? As I said, I got to show up for myself. And yeah, fam, Mr. Finesse, I'll slide through there next week, next Saturday for sure. But, all my comrades that genuinely support me, y'all have a blessed Tuesday. And hey, to the next one, I'm gone. Onward and upward. I don't need no applause. I'm gone.